This week, we're going through the 5 motions of the spine, which are extension, flexion, side bending, rotation, and distraction, pulling apart. This is how our spine moves by using these motions together to create this very dynamic movement on what they call the facet joints and on your discs. If anything causes pain or increases pain, increases symptoms down your arms, your legs, those kind of things, you need to stop and not go forward or start smaller until that pain is no longer increasing. Now, discomfort, pain at the site where we're moving, a little bit of ache, that is not bad as long as it's not causing symptoms out into the arms. So let's look at this first. Start with neck extension. This is one of my favorite exercises. So I'm going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing here. You feel your spine right down the middle here, and we're going to extend, moving our head back. Okay, so what I want to do though is, because what happens oftentimes is we hinge at one spot, I'm going to start down at the bottom here where you can feel the big knobby part of your neck here. I'm going to start just on that, and I'm just going to try and rotate, and I push with my fingers into that knobby spot. I push and extend back. Okay, a little pressure, extend back. And the more firm it feels, the more I need to work it. Now, if I go up a little bit, it kind of gives away and pushes back at me a little bit. But I just put a little pressure. What this does is that pins that area. And I'm not pushing hard, it's just a light to medium push. And it pins that area, so as I move it forward and backward, it helps stretch that joint. And I move up a little bit, and I go forward and backward. And the tighter it feels, again, the more time I spend on it. Now, if I come up here, for me, it kind of gives way, and that's kind of a hinging point for me. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time there. It's not very tight. Okay, a little bit there. This is going to work into your muscles a little bit as we do this. Not really tight. It doesn't, and by tight, I mean under my fingers when I'm pushing, it doesn't push back at me. It's not hard to move. It just kind of gives away. Now, if I come up here on me, and I try and move that, whoa, it just pushes back at me. It doesn't move. It feels tight. It feels really restricted. You may feel this in 1 or 2 spots or through the whole spine. Okay, but you want to find these areas where it's tight, and you extend back and then come forward. Extend back, come forward. I come up a little higher, extend back, forward. Again, I'm giving just a light to medium push. Doesn't have to be hard. And I just hold it there. And I just work into this. I'm stretching the tight spot, and it would be a little bit sore. It's a little bit sore for me right here. And so I kind of stay there, and I do 15 to 20 reps. Just firm pressure and move to where it needs to move. Ooh, it's nice and firm, a little bit tender there. I don't really push into it too hard. Extend and push. Extend and push. And you can see I'm just dropping my chin a little bit as I go forward and extending back. Now let's move to our middle back. And I use a foam roll. You can use a towel roll, meaning just roll up a towel and lay over it. You can also do this on the arm of a couch. Same position, laying on the couch, arm of the couch is behind me. So you can work it different ways. I like to start about middle back. Now I don't go into my low back where it curves up. Okay, I'm staying just above that. This is a safe place to start. Middle back. And you're just going to get on that foam roll, support your head, and then you're just extending back over that, just like so. Okay, let me scoot down a little more. Extending back, my knees are bent, feet are flat, and I just extend back. Now what you can do is you can extend back, and then you can rock your knees side to side and just let it relax into that. My knees are rocking side to side. Nice little rotation there. Just nice rocking side to side. Then I just roll a little further, extend back, work that knees side to side if I need to. And I just work back and forth into that extension. This area drives a lot of your low back pain, this and hips. You're just going to roll a little bit more until you get up to the top of your spine, and you're just working through that just the best you can, and just on and off, kind of wiggle into that stretch. Last is our low back, And I usually lay down. I'll show you a standing position as well. In this one, I put my hands about shoulder or a little above about head, maybe just ahead of my head, depending on how tight I am. And we're just working into our low back and just easing into it and working up until we can go further and further and further. It doesn't have to be aggressive. You can see my low back's fairly tight, but I can just kind of ease into it and work into this low back extension. Okay, so anytime I do an extension of the low back like this, I follow it up with like a really deep squat or a flexion movement, so going forward, just because depending on your back and what's going on there, this is nice to do a flexion extension, and I'll show you flexion tomorrow, but this is a really nice movement for extension. Now, in standing, you just stand up, back up against the counter, have a support here, support your neck, and you bend back. So you just want to back support right here, counter, railing, something like that. You can kind of bend back over and move it that way. It's less aggressive, sometimes a lot more comfortable for people. Remember to be cautious with extension. Extension is putting a lot of pressure on the spine. Just move slowly into it. And again, if you're getting symptoms down your legs, your arms, something like that, stop and don't go any further. Talk to your physical therapist. But these are super motions. It's something that we need to do more of. Because we don't do a lot during the day, we tend to sit in flex positions, forward positions. And so this is a nice relief to do during the day and as well when we get home in the evening.